What is up, guys, and welcome to the Nexus Plays. Today, I start my journey as I test the new Ray leader. I'm running the gauntlet, guys. I'm playing all three of my co-creators, excellent players that all play differently, so it's really good practice. So yeah, we're getting straight in. I've got Emmy here with me today. How you doing, Emmy?
What's up, everyone? I'm pretty good. I'm trying to take you down with my young Han Green, which I've been enjoying quite a lot.
Oh yeah. So I start off with the Restored Arc. And do you want to talk about your play there?
Yeah, I'm trying. So I usually play the Gunslinger on turn one to do Spark of Hope, but I try to replace it with Maz, that prevents the one damage to the base, which I really don't want to see, and also is a potential turn one. If I don't have Spark of Hope. But this time I have it, so I can ramp turn one. But we'll see if that turns out to be a good thing for me or not.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a pretty cute play. Being able to put something in the drop for free is quite helpful. So I start turn two by giving myself an experience points upgrade. So if you don't know what Ray does on the Unawakened side, you pay one, tap her, and you can give an experience points token to a unit with 2 or less power.
Yeah, and I continue my ramp mission, putting a price on the spaceship head. Here I'm really opening myself. I have no unit on board.
So basically, what that bounty does is once I Restored Arc dies, you get to ramp from the top of your deck, which is pretty good, pretty nice. But yeah, so you took initiative there, so I slammed Sabine down, and we move into turn three. I'm feeling
Yeah.
pretty good right now because obviously I've got tempo advantage with something in both lanes. What's your next plan of action here, Emmy?
Yeah, here I don't remember because I'm playing two Poe. I have three now, and then I have my third one. So usually I'll be able to maybe like now ECL Poe to clear the board. Um, but I think I'm probably struggling to resource as probably found myself with very little cards in my hand. I think like one big learn that we'll see from this first game was I used two cards first turn to ramp. So I'm left with very little resources in hand. And it makes it harder to choose what to do. Um, but
Okay,
I decide to straight up deploy hand here.
so probably one of the strongest aspects of this new leader is that it deploys very early, and when you're ramping, obviously now that's a very nice out for you because you can just kill Sabine pretty easily now without paying anything. I'm obviously 2 turns away from my leader with no ramp capability, so pretty nice advantage. How are you liking deploying early?
I like it a lot. I think I don't use much the deployed ability, which allows essentially, yeah, to play cost one less, do 2 damage. And that's just an action. It's not an epic action. So you
Yeah,
can do it
it's
multiple
nice.
times in a turn.
Yeah, there's no
Um,
cost to it, which is really
yeah,
quite unique. Very nice.
very strong. So I use it like that. I just smash uh, cards and trade, essentially.
Yeah, so Sabine getting smacked around there. Um,
That looks like a 5, but it's a 2 token. I
yeah, I
see it
know.
now. It
Yeah,
does look like a 5.
yeah, it was confusing me a bit there. But it's still cool tokens nonetheless. You got them from Buy the
Yeah,
Same
buy the same
token.
tokens.
Yep.
Yeah, I love them.
Yeah,
Such good quality. Shout out to them.
yeah, definitely. I still
And
use
now
them.
I'm very scared. I have no presence in space, and you're just
Yeah, I
swarming.
mean the Concord, super amazing card. Sentinel 1/4 that gains +2 when defending. All right, yeah, so that's a cute play as well. So being able to pay 4 and just immediately ramp, very powerful. So you
Yeah, that's another
so
card that
at
I've.
this point you're trying to get into your big guys as quickly as possible, right? Is kind of your plan, I guess.
Yeah, I'm already down to 19, and I'm really scared of space. I think I have a home one probably in my hand, and I need to take it down as soon as possible,
Yeah,
or bring
absolutely.
it down as soon as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Home one really helps swing, and the fact that you're using a 25k base, a 25 health base, sorry, home one really can fill that 5 life deficit pretty easily when it comes out. Um, but yeah, I mean, home one, extremely strong card. Have you been enjoying using that card? I know you added it late into
Yeah,
your deck.
yeah. I was on 3 Enforcement Walker until you kind of like pointed it out, and it's been phenomenal because I have a lot of heroism cards, and I've been able to play it and bring back for free um, Cassian, bring back Sundari Peacekeeper, pay 1 for a modded cohort and ambush the same turn. It's been fantastic, honestly, and yeah, the restore aspect is so important. Really, really good.
Yeah, it's a very nice stabilization tool, especially when you're ramping up into it quickly. So yeah, very nice card.
Yeah.
I loved it when I play set one Han green. It's like your main boss monster pretty much. It's but really nice. So here we are. You're just attacking him with your
Yeah, we're smacking each other around.
yeah. You smacked me with your leader, and then I smacked back with restored arc to restore one. Um, so it's a bit of a back and forth here. At this point, I'm worried about a lot of things. I mean, you could play anything at this point. You can even you're 1 turn away from the dragon as well, which is quite scary. Probably the biggest threat to me right now with your deck. But yeah,
I decided to play a Maz, which it's definitely not the right choice. I was a bit greedy. You see, I had the home one. I decided not to play it straight away. But the pillage was backbreaking.
yeah. I mean,
I I'm left with
I
0
waited till
cards.
you had 2 cards in hand. Normally, people leave their top cards in hand, which is something people have to be cautious of. I think moving into this meta.
Yeah, we'll
Um,
see how I kind of like change my strategy in game two after suffering such a thing. But yeah,
yeah,
when I saw that, I was like, oh god.
now we're in top deck mode, and with me deploying Ray next turn and bringing Force Throw live, it's very likely that more hand destruction is gonna happen. But that's just how red is really. The pillage card definitely, arguably one of the strongest generic red cards that they've brought out in the new set. And you can basically just punish people for going wide and trying to be aggressive, which is quite common in like normal in most card games. When a new meta comes around, a lot of people are aggressive, I think. So yeah.
You think it's better against aggro deck? Because I actually sided against control decks. But it's
Control decks tend to have quite a large hand size because they're not really doing much. They're normally one action per turn until it gets to later games. So I don't know. I find yeah more value in decks like Han or Sabine and stuff. They'll always be holding 1 or 2 cards, and normally they'll be pretty important later game cards. And if you can take those away, chances are they've probably charged another boss monster because in those low to ground aggro decks, you don't want to have too many high cost units. It's just with the hand destruction
That
stuff,
makes sense.
it's all about picking your spots. I find Ollie shout out was one that said that is when we were playing Sharut in set one. He said a well-timed force throw can just win the game for 1 energy. So
Here I'm obliged to ECL. It's so bad. I have to ECL a Viper to restore 2 and crash dramatically against your Sentinel.
yeah,
I'm not even clearing it out, and my price on the head bounty is still on the other card.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
it's not dying anytime soon.
I mean, shout out to Concord. It's probably one of the best cards in blue now. It seals up the space lane, and with Ray being able to buff it twice, it's now sitting at a 3/6 that becomes a 5/6 on block. And there's the force throw. Modded cohort. So I'm going to use that, I think, to clear your leader most likely. Can't remember which target I picked.
Yeah, and here I was like, yeah, 0 card in hand, massive like resource advantage, but at this point, yeah, the space lane is literally non-existent. I don't know where those 4 damage went.
Yeah, you healed 2 with the Star Viper, right?
Yeah. And then the 4 damage. Yeah, I think we lost track for a second there. But the life on screen is super helpful, actually.
Yeah.
Thanks for keeping on with that. Yeah.
But yeah, so Village Protectors, another amazing new Sentinel card. On paper, doesn't seem very good, but
you didn't deal any damage because you didn't have any force unit on board, right? Isn't that how the card works?
Yeah.
You deal the damage, yeah.
Yeah.
So here I have to.
I had to go one action ahead, I think, before you played the modded cohort. That was my thing.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah, because I could have played Ray out, but then you would have modded into her probably, or I mean, I could have played quite a few different ways actually, but I was just kind of just like, if that card's a wrecker, I just don't want it in your hand. So
yeah, absolutely. I think it's value. And you're attacking tower, my under, and kind of like sealing the game, right? Because
yeah, I mean, with Ray coming out now as well, it's problematic for you for sure. I'm basically ready to seal the deal here. Yeah, next turn with probably like a Luke Skywalker maybe or something like that. If I don't finish it now, yeah, I think you're on 21 at this point. Bit slow with the update.
Yeah, no cards in hand. I do play a few, smuggle cards that could be interesting, like Timely Intervention. Obviously we've seen Cassian, but at this point, like I really need a miracle.
Yeah, you've been punished maybe a little too much with the hand destruction stuff. Oh yeah, I put
Ray in space.
Ray in space. Yeah, she choked to death immediately from nowhere. But there you go, happens. No, I think that's free.
Here you decide to kill my leader, which
I go 3 damage in.
Yeah, 3 damage in.
Yeah, the reason being is I wanna have it primed to just take it out next turn to really just cut your. Because I know I can do enough damage next turn to finish the game.
Yeah, it didn't really matter.
May as well just cut you off just in case something like I don't know. I'm not even sure what I can lose to here. I'm just being overly cautious. It's the blue way, really.
Yeah, I don't think there's a single thing that can save me here. Home one doesn't save me either. Because I do play Bright Hope, so if I had Bright Hope in the drop, maybe like Home one Bright Hope can like stall me a little bit. But that Ray is really dangerous right now.
Yeah, there's a Marauder, so you do have a nice answer for my.
Marauder comes down, clear the Sentinel,
dies immediately as well, unfortunately because of the boost, but.
Yeah, and it doesn't do the ramp, unfortunately, either.
So yeah, you're kind of clutching at straws here, really, at this point. It goes to show, though, that you have to manage your hand against against blue, red, for definite.
Against red in general, yeah, I
I
think.
mean, even yellow has quite a lot of hand destruction with Bodhi and Spark of Rebellion. Maybe not quite as aggressive, but it can be. So, yeah, managing your hand is an important thing to do. And yeah, they're just putting a shield on Ray to seal the deal. Like that pretty much ends the game there.
Yeah, GG. That pillage really sealed the game, I think, because I had a home one and a wrecker. And
yeah, that just basically
yeah.
turned the whole game on its head.
Mhm.
So having a quick look at the deck list, I appreciate Emmy can't actually see this right this second. However,
I do see it.
you do see it. Oh well, that's good.
Yeah, magic.
So yeah, I don't have the sideboard in. We didn't actually do any sides because we are just testing. But pretty much, yeah, the early curve is just to get one of these 2 costs down, maybe R2 as well, because he is insanely broken. Being able to just filter down your cards to get where you need to be is really, really powerful. And yeah, the idea is just to control the board, pump up some little small creatures, do little bits of damage here and there, pose a massive card for turn 5. It sometimes it doesn't do any damage, but it can really cause a lot of annoyance. So yeah, it's basically like you deal with this or you're in trouble kind of thing. Rivals Fall, one of the best cards in the new set, being able to defeat leaders, huge. Yeah, I mean it's a very strong build. Kanan Yaris, I will say in hindsight, not the greatest card. It works with Force Throw, but I think as a 4 cost, it might it doesn't really work on curve. It's probably my main charge target, I'll be honest. And 1 Crate Dragon seems a little too little for that. But yeah, let's have a quick look at your list, Emmy.
Yeah, I've been playing this since Set 2 started. Shout out to Star Wars Dad that put out a YouTube video that made me really consider this deck, and I've been falling in love with it and trying different things. The deck already looks different, but this is like one of the most recent. As I mentioned, initially we had the Gunslinger, Reckless Gunslinger for that turn 1 ramp. So Han being able to action play for 1 less, dealing 2 damage means the unit dies immediately, and then we can Spark of Hope and ramp on turn 1. So we can do things.
A lot of ramp cards you've got. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 ramp cards, which is incredible. And your top end is huge in this deck. I guess that's the main thing. Disrupt a little bit and then start smacking with these big guys until they die.
Yeah, and I think being able to ramp turn 1 is definitely really good. It allows you to do things like Poe on turn 2, which is incredible. But I feel like I've learned that like you don't have to. Also, you see like a couple of kind of like testing cards like Scanning Officer.
Yeah.
I'm seeing the game right now. We're jumping into game 2.
Yeah. Game 2 has just started, so we have to switch back here. But yeah, we can talk more about the deck after the game. But 100%. Yeah, so Maz comes down, and I return by firing Daring Raid. Obviously no turn 1 play. Maybe I've got R2. I'm not sure.
Yeah, straight there. And I decide to kind of like present something on the board.
Yeah, I guess you don't want to lose. I mean, that's a real nice advantage of Han's ability. Being able to add board presence twice in 1 turn is huge. I'm right now. Yeah, I just decided to take initiative.
Yeah, there I was actually like, okay, if you wanted to Tarkin Tower, my guy, of course, because like taking away your base action straight from turn 1, I would have been okay with that.
Yeah, no, I was probably deliberating it, but I think that I might have another Daring Raid in hand or something like that, Or no, well, I guess that would have been a good play there. Anyway, yeah, I'm not really too sure what my prospects were, so let's just see how it plays out, I guess. Um, oh no, I do Tarkin Town. Okay, so
Oh, you do it in the new round. Interesting. I guess like yeah, I decide to resupply.
yeah,
You see a Yoda.
it didn't really make a difference there. I don't think whether I did it first action or not. Um,
No, not really.
but I guess at this point, you're going to take initiative anyway, so it's kind of just like seeing if you didn't resupply, maybe you had more actions, and I would keep the initiative. But obviously, it didn't work out for me because you had a 1 turn play. But yeah, it's a tight start for sure. But I'm obviously quite happy that I've 2 for 1 you essentially as far as our drops go. But that's the advantage of my base. Tarkin Town really very very strong, and I don't mind running 25 health when I'm running a lot of restore.
Yeah, you restore a lot. Yeah.
It's one of my main sort of archetypal things with my leader. Modded cohort, really really good card. I feel like this card.
I love that card.
I feel like it's really
So good.
performing well at the moment. It's always annoying. That
Super
and
strong.
yellow Imperials has the 4 costs. 4/4 ambush as well, which is
The Forlom, yeah,
which is
really good as well.
very very annoying cards to play around. But yeah, no, I mean, talking about annoying cards to play around, Village Protector is very strong. Recruit's an interesting one. So, what's your reason for recruit? Is it just a consistency piece, or?
So recruit was in the list that I've copy pasted. It was in 3 copies, and now I'm playing in 2 copies. And there are games where it overperforms, games where I just resource it, and it's like a bit of a dead card. But it essentially like it replaces itself with a unit that you need most of the times. Right. This time I found Wrecker, really good. In this deck we run a lot of top end, but it doesn't mean that you find it when you need it. So going and searching for a Poe or Wrecker, I think that's usually like what I'm looking for. It's really really strong. So I found Wrecker on curve essentially, and I was able to play that with a modded, deploy my leader. This was a really good turn for me.
Yeah, I mean, one cost is always really nice to have in your deck as well, just for economy's sake. Like being able to spend all your energy, all your resources is very strong. Like when I'm playing people and they leave 2 or 3 resources up in a turn, I feel quite good about that, providing that I haven't done the same. Because it's just like a clear indication that I'm ahead. So yeah, being able to utilize all of your resources every turn, very very strong. And yeah, me seeing Wrecker psychologically is actually quite frustrating as well, because now I'm like playing around a card that I'm not even sure you're going to play. So I think it's very strong in that respect as well. But obviously, it would be the right play to play it here. But you could easily slap a Poe down, and I'd be none the wiser.
Yeah,
because you could.
Yeah, I'm still deciding what to resource. I think.
I go straight into your base.
Wait, actually, I think I didn't resource this turn. I'm trying to remember why.
I might have been a bit too keen. I can sometimes do that, but no.
No, I think I was trying to play around pillage again, because you asked me like how many cards in hand.
Yeah. As a psychological thing, I was doing that to check you basically. I think I
did. Yeah.
Take down on your leader probably there.
Yeah.
To avoid you playing anything cheap.
Playing something for cheap. Yeah, that was a really good play.
Yeah.
Because now I can't play Wrecker, for example.
Yeah, exactly, which was my fear. So yeah, opening the door there a bit, and I swung into your leader with the village protectors.
Timely intervention for
Sundari, I guess.
Sundari.
Straight into my protectors. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm able to restore 2.
So here's a controversial take. The jury's out. We've discussed this between us, but I don't think Sundari's that good. I think that card's. I mean, I don't have a problem with playing into it. Like.
Yeah, you don't like it. I love it. Like playing it, it feels super good. To be honest.
Don't get me wrong. I think I would definitely. I'd definitely play it in heroic command, 100%. But when I'm dealing with board states, that card is never ever a problem, and I don't know. I think it's because it only does 1 back, so it feels like a shoot first sort of situation every time I attack it. It's like it's never impactful. Impactful when I'm playing in a tempo way. Whereas cards like I guess that's the issue with Raid. But yeah, there's another takedown straight. Ironically, I go straight for the Sundari. It's mainly the restore's the annoying thing.
The restore is annoying, and you know it's gonna get in 4 damage, right? Because it's either gonna get the 3 first and then the 1 back, or it's gonna sit there with 5 life, and you're gonna have to, most likely, attack 1 time and then I attack back. I love it because of the 5 life. So
yeah, 5 life is now the standard. I think. Like, unfortunately, a lot of cards have been crept out. Like Ezra was a huge favorite for me previously, but now there's so many 5 defense free cost units that you can't really warrant playing it. But yeah, the cohort's still surviving here, though. I think my plan here is to clear the cohort with R2 next turn, so that's why I decided to buff it up. Although I may go in with Ray, because, again, raid cards pose less of a threat when I'm taking the damage back.
Oh, I didn't play anything this turn. I just claim initiative.
Yeah, that's...
Swing in. Swing into base? Or do you clear my...
Most likely clearing the cohort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, it's curious. Maybe your plays were bigger than your energy amount, and because I cleared Han with a takedown, you were...
you know what? Plays. It's because I wanted to use my record to clear your Ray. Yeah. So if I would have passed, you could have claimed initiative. So I claimed the initiative, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna, lose that, but then next turn I can clear the board. I think that's what's I'm gonna...
Yeah, I mean, removing Ray as quickly as possible should definitely be priority. Like, restore 3 is such a strong effect.
Yeah, so I'm gonna ECL here.
Yeah,
the Wrecker for 6. I'm gonna destroy a resource.
Clear R2 as well, so that's a double knockout there.
Yeah, I'll do 5 damage from the effect, and then Wrecker is gonna ambush R2 and do 2 for overwhelm, I think. Wrecker is such a good card. It takes care of like so many things.
Yeah, it's extremely strong. And Red doesn't really care too much about having a lot of energy at this stage in the game. Although that does stop you from playing into your Crate Dragon and Home 1 next turn. So it puts me a little bit more relaxed, but this game's definitely a bit more of a grind compared to, obviously, the first game where we were both sort of full gas and no
you
chill.
Pillage me again. Oh yeah, and here I thought for some reason that you choose.
I'm not sure. I should have.
Yeah, I got confused there.
I think you asked, and I said you choose, and then you just
and then I randomly chose. And we didn't even correct. I don't know why I was thinking there,
Yeah, I mean,
but
I didn't even choose the cards either. I just said you choose, and then you
yeah,
randomly
yeah, yeah.
chose. I probably should have corrected the.
I think I was yeah, I was like really into like thinking what to play next. I'm definitely playing better against Pillage because I didn't resource one turn. Now I had 4 cards, got rid of 2. Silly mistake on my end, but it was actually like 2 good picks.
Yeah, it was correct anyway.
Luckily.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's okay.
That was lucky. But yeah, I have the initiative. I have a wrecker that goes straight into base.
Ouch.
First
Yeah.
thing first.
I mean, that's
7 damage.
that hurt for sure. Putting me straight down to 11 life remaining. Although I do have a lot of energy here, so I'm going to slap down Redemption. What a card that is. So an instant swing back, taking 8 life from my base, absorbing it onto itself, and that's a 6/9 Sentinel in space.
That's a crazy restore.
But for eight energy, that is a very good effect. I will say that. But yeah, it's a necessary evil in this when games go late like this.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can definitely tell we're going late now with the reinforcement walker coming down and Redemption. But yeah, so what's your game plan at this point? You're just trying to build up your top end?
Yeah, I'm executing like what the deck wants to do, right? Ramp and then put down big things. Like even if it's 1 a turn, essentially, you know, ask you the question like, can you clear this guy, or are you taking 6, 7, 10 damage a turn?
I'm definitely quite concerned now because you have the ability to draw on swing with the Walker, so I can't, like, any hand destruction cards are going straight into
yeah, I don't even need to restore here, right? I've done a good job at kind of trading the ground, and this is what this deck wants to do. Wants to use like early-ish units to trade, and then once I'm ramped, I put down big guys that go straight to your base. So here I'm on healthy 8 resources, and yeah, I have initiative, I think, or I think this is like one of the turns where yeah, you have initiative.
Yeah, I took initiative this time. Yeah, I think I'm really on the back foot here, to be honest. The game's gone a lot later than I can handle. I'm kind of just hoping that I get into my dragon at this point and pray that it does work. But yeah, in reality, at this point of the game, it's going to be very difficult for me to contend with the bombs you're going to be dropping.
Exactly. And now I think whilst you're looking for your dragon, I am using Han to play my home one. So this is a good example. No, actually, I don't think I used Han. I just just play straight up 8.
Straight played it and then
and get Sundari back. This is a really good example. Another example could have been if you had something on board. I had 8 resources. I could Han home 1 for 7 and then play 1 for the modded cohort and ambush what you have on board. That has come up a couple of times and it was like pretty awesome.
So yeah, I daring raided your wrecker, and I'm assuming that's to put it in range so I can clear it. At some
I go straight with 7 to the base.
It's basically mitigating the damage I healed last 10, but it's okay. That's kind of where I'm at in this game. I'm on life support.
Yeah, now Om1 is gonna restore 1 from every attack.
I'm not very accurate with the numbers here, so I apologies for that, guys. But another healing ability for me, and I think I heal 5 from the base and clear the wrecker.
Yeah, but Wrecker did its job. Like Wrecker did 14 damage and destroyed 2 units. Like, it's crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean that is extremely strong. I wasn't able to deal with it quicker, unfortunately. So probably should have saved some more takedowns, but it is what it is.
That's true.
Very, very strong card though. I find it more impactful than Poe more often or not, mainly because of its on-play effect. It can be utilized whenever it's played.
Yeah, it's pretty good. We're going to the next turn here, and I think very close to closing it out. I'm still cautious because yeah, you have a quite like a few cards up your sleeve that could change the sorts of the game.
I mean, I'm in trouble for sure. The Reinforcement Walker is a very difficult prospect to deal with. I've got the Sentinel blocking that home 1 damage, but obviously there's ways you can just ping that, I'm pretty sure. So I'm kind of, I think my play here will probably be to try and play some kind of Sentinel or some kind of removal. Maybe I'm going to play Luke to lower the damage of the Reinforcement Walker by 3. But it's definitely a defensive centric strategy right now. Could be Rivals 4 as well. Yeah, I'm definitely just internalizing like there's probably nothing I can do here.
Yeah, here you're
when I attack base in this scenario, it's kind of I've kind of given up a bit.
I lost it, yeah. And here I think I just sealed the game with the dragon down.
Yeah, now I'm in real trouble. Probably should have played something before that came down to avoid the tax of the dragon tax. At this point, I'm.
Speaking of, have you considered playing Fell the Dragon inside? Maybe.
Yeah, no, I did, but I had it in the main board. It just underperformed. Takedowns are much better forecasts as far as the game goes, and then you got the main addition that I was working on with Ray was Force Lightning, which can clear the dragon for 1 life, essentially.
I think here you're considering how much damage can you take from dragon. Pain 6.
Yeah, no, I mean, I
think you just claim initiative here, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'm probably just like allowing myself to be dead.
Yeah. I decide to heal. Overly cautious, I think.
Yeah, you definitely did not need to heal.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for death really at this point. I couldn't play anything because it would have killed me. So it was just, I guess, normal scenarios I probably would have scooped, but
Restore 3 with Sundari is pretty insane.
Yeah, you cannot complain about that. Putting me down to 2 life now. I'm not sure what I'm hoping for next turn. Probably just a timely death. But yeah, this pretty much wraps up game 2.
Yeah, so it's game 2 done.
We will go into game 3.
Yeah.
And see you swinging into redemption to take 6 back.
And that's it. Oh, I actually killed it.
Well, it's
I was just playing with my prey.
Well, no, it's a sentinel, so you're forced.
Oh yeah, it is a sentinel. Yeah. That's right. So
yeah, I think I look to see if there's any hope, and then no, that's all she wrote for that. So, yeah, we go back to the deck lists here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, let's have a look at yours actually. And
sure.
You can kind of discuss how that game went. So you were a bit more cautious with your hand size due to pillage.
Yeah.
Did you think that paid dividends? Obviously, you won the game, but like playing a bit of a slower approach, did you still feel that the deck had a similar impact and similar
Yeah,
strengths?
totally. I think against red, you pointed out actually against yellow as well, but using turn one to ramp and essentially putting yourself at 2 cards in hand with nothing on board, it can be really like backbreaking. So this time I just played the Maz. I was planning on playing the Maz and then doing like solo action to do Sabine and have like a 2-1 and a 2-2 on board, putting pressure immediately. You daring raid my Maz, which I think was really good for you. But it just
To be
it
honest,
worked.
to be quite honest, it wasn't good. Like, full disclosure, if Ray doesn't have a turn one play on board, it's very, very detrimental to the rest of the tempo. So if you're ever playing against Ray and you see they have no turn one play, just feel pretty good about it because it's definitely a huge advantage.
Sure.
But yeah, home one really, completely just put me out of range completely there. The spot restores. It just makes it impossible to catch. So yeah, really nice, really nice game there. Really nice closer, and we'll now go into game 3.
Let's do it.
All right, so we'll just have a look at my deck again for a minute here. So yeah, I mean, I think this time in my head, I'm thinking I need to put more pressure on. Like
I'm seeing your deck list now.
Yeah, I put my deck list up because we're just shuffling up for the game 3. So
gotcha.
Yeah, so my idea is just to play more aggressively in this game, pivot a bit because I do not want the game going long again like that. I know that I can't compete with your top end. Like, I have decent top end, but I just can't compete there. So yeah, my aim this game was just to be more aggressive, play more small units, and just try and get in there fast. I don't know what you were thinking going into this third game. Like, just same again as last game. Like, cautious
try
with
to
your hand.
Yeah, exactly. Try to do the same thing as I did last turn, or last game. Really being careful with my hand size and look for value trades. Maybe do like I think like just one ramp is enough against you because it puts me on hand on turn 3.
Yeah,
really strong.
With Ray being coming out on 6, it's a huge advantage, honestly. Like, your leader's been and gone for a long time before mine even sees the light of day. So very, very good. I mean, I think that's the best thing about ramping is actually getting into your leader quickly. But yeah, an early Sundari there, which is actually pleases me because I now know that I can just trade in. Well, not trade, actually, just 2-for-1 your Sundari with R2.
Yeah, but you see now, like, has 3 life, so I can hit you first for 3. Then you get back and you only get 1, but...
Well, no, but I'm gonna boost R2 here to have free
course,
damage base. So if you swing into R2, that's actually fine for me. Because I'll still 2-for-1 your Sundari because of Ray's bonus. So yeah, you do decide to attack in for free. And I indeed boost it up to a 3-5, 3-6, which is going to put me,
it's insane,
in a very nice spot, to be honest. I can even, if I wish, could choose to just kill it with Tarkin Town as well, but I do choose to just keep the ability for later on in the game. And so I should take 1 damage back on R2. Looks like I've forgotten to take that damage though, which is a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, it's pretty good for you. And here I'm already looking a bit ish. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
doesn't look great for
I have
me.
the early tempo. Although you were able to ramp, which puts you in a good spot to get your leader out and start clearing my
Yeah.
board for free at least.
Okay. I can also, you know, ECL a Poe, which is really strong.
Yeah, I mean, with command, I think honestly, if you're ramping on curve, your prospects of winning the game have gone up by a significant amount. Like it really does help the cause, let's say. But yeah, you deploying immediately with Han, showing your intention. I'm guessing
Yeah.
you're gonna take out R2 immediately. There would be the correct play.
I like Han because like I'm happy with just deploying it and having it out to like just dish
Yeah, for sure.
damage, you know?
I mean, a 3-6 is extremely strong
Yeah.
on turn 3 as well. That's guaranteed 2 actions to clear. Stronger than any unit that you can get for on
So
turn
why
3.
did you not attack with R2 and play that Sentinel? Because you could have got some damage with R2 first.
It's a good question. Might have just been a misplay on my part.
I wonder if there was. I mean, at the end of the day, like, yeah, you're able to kill my Han anyway. Yeah, here is checking hand size. I'm still like on a healthy 4. Maybe there's a force choke here coming. First throw, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I think I'm probably going to use that energy to boost one of my units, most likely Sabine, so that I can get over your leader. Because that would put me at a 3-4. So I think, yeah, what I'll do here is I'll likely. Oh no, I go straight into your base, or yeah, it seems like I've got other ideas to what I should be
Other
doing.
plans, yeah. Interesting. And for me, I play 5. Oh yeah, I love this play. Cassian has been overperforming. Super strong, like comes out ready. Yeah, it costs 5 to smuggle, but at times in this deck for 5 resource, you know, I have like Poe and Wrecker, but I might not have them. So it's a great turn, like 5 resource play. Also, like I it happened a few times that I can Spark of Hope, bring it back, and then play again, or I can play for free with Home One. This has been overperforming. Truly,
Well,
great.
I wouldn't agree with the overperforming statement because I think this is one of the best cards that Red has been given. And I think in a lot of
Straight up.
situations, it's actually a better use of 5 resources than Poe. Obviously, with ECL, you're able to use Poe immediately effect, but if that's not an option, sometimes you can win the game with this. But yeah, so I actually anticipated that you might try and clear Sabine, so I did boost her up there. But yeah, not sure about my plays early game here, so a bit shaky. But let's see how the game progresses. I'm now at 5 energy, so I'm still 1 away from being able to deploy Ray. But yeah, I mean, having not taken any damage at this point in the game actually feels pretty good for me. But yeah, that's me clearing Cassian, I think. Oh, did I clear your... No, yeah. That's... Yeah,
Yeah, we corrected it.
Yeah, that was me probably correcting myself, actually. Probably read my card. Tarkin Town cannot target leaders. So yeah, I'm probably just deciding I'm going to swing in with Sabine into the leader. Stop that Wrecker coming down.
I think I didn't resource this turn either. It looks like I have 5. Huh.
No, you
I
got
have
6.
6. I have 6. Yeah.
No, because you've been a bit more cautious with your hand size. Playing Cassian last turn obviously helped you maintain that. So, all right, home.
Oh, here I decide to home one. I don't know about this play, to be honest. So I return it and draw a card.
Yeah, it might have been stronger to swing in first and then deploy next turn.
Definitely. I think I just wanted to prevent the damage in space. Like,
Oh no, it's because I can knock you out with Tarkin Town. So you were probably trying to stop me from getting a free tap, basically, because that was
yeah,
definitely going to be my target. But I just launched straight in with a Poe. He kind of gave me the open door. The cohort wasn't available
yeah.
anymore. So I was just like, put Poe down, start dealing 8 damage a turn until it dies.
I decided to recruit. Try to find an answer to that Poe.
I'm definitely, even though I can swing with the Concord, taking initiative here just so I can get an early swing in with Poe, and just
Yeah, it's huge.
put 8
Like
damage.
6 damage. Yeah.
8 damage through if I discard a card as well.
Yeah. That's so huge.
A bit of FOMO there from you. You're like, well, if you're gonna have Poe, I want to have Poe. So picking it up with the recruit, and I know that that's probably potentially coming straight into my Poe to clear him out with that ECL next turn.
Yeah, I was trying to find an answer to it. That's probably the best I can do. But as you said, like you're gonna be able to dish out like 8 damage, most likely.
Of 6 to 8 damage, depending on if I want to discard or not.
I really didn't have to do that home one. I think that was like I could have played it without the bounce. Yeah, but Bright Hope.
Well, I would have just cleared the card with Tarkin Town. So it's.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe
actually
you're right. That's why I did
now
it.
you're probably charging it again so that you've got the option to.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what happened.
It was a good economy play. I think it was smart because my next action was 100% to clear it. So
Yeah. I think in the moment we played this game like 4 days ago, so
yeah,
I might have forgotten some of the thoughts that I had at the moment. But yeah, definitely, I think I was trying to save it from.
I mean, I would have done the same. Honestly, you get the value from pulling it back, plus you get your charge for next turn. It made sense because it wasn't gonna. If you swung with it, that's not really much value when I'm at 25 life anyway. You need to be stabilizing here, so drawing cards stopping me from being able to pillage you is a strong play.
Huge swing from you.
Yep, like I say, I went. I think it was only 6 damage. I didn't, or I'm deliberating discarding now probably. Yeah, so space is kind of locked. We're both sitting there with sentinels that we don't want to swing into each other with. So I feel like this.
Yeah, pretty much.
This game's gonna end on the ground field for sure.
Yeah, it's a bit of a stalemate in space.
This is actually a huge turn for me because I'm able to swing Poe to start off, and then I've got Rey. To deploy.
That's the problem. Yeah, that's what I was thinking because I was like, well, I have my Poe now, but I'll clear that and then Rey comes down.
I can kill Poe with Tarkin Town and Rey as well.
Yeah, and here is what made me lose the game.
Yeah.
And you just claim initiative.
I called your bluff because I was like, wow,
exactly.
okay. If you're gonna pass there, then I'm just gonna swing at you with Poe and start the whole turn again the same way.
Yeah,
I was a bit worried that you might pull something big like home one or something, but at the same time, getting that free second swing with Poe. And I definitely discard here as well. That's like a 14 damage swing, so that's pretty much it at that point.
It is. I think I was trying to,
you wanted me to deploy Rey so you could do something about it.
You had all your resources up and Rey to deploy. Like you had so many things you could do, but correctly so you decided to instead, well, I'll just do 8 damage to your base pretty much.
Yeah, I called your bluff essentially.
Yeah.
But no, so I mean, it could have potentially worked if players were a bit greedier. But yeah, I think in that situation, I had no other choice really. the 3 damage was too much. And yeah, like you say, I think that swung the game there at that point. You had a huge hand size, but nothing that's really going to save you at this point. So you're playing a timely intervention now, so you are trying to do something. Probably going to clear. Oh, you're playing Poe to clear my Poe.
Yeah, but at this time it's just Far Cry.
Yeah, it's too little, too late. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, unfortunately, that pass really. If I had like a chance, that pass really just ruined it. Definitely a lot to learn in these games.
Well, that's why we test, though. 100%.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I think this game you saw a lot of ramp, but you didn't really see the correct cards to ramp into, if you know what I mean. And yeah, because you've removed my Poe, I can now remove your Bright Hope -6/-6 with Luke, which is pretty ridiculous, to be honest. That is an insane on-play effect. And yeah, out comes Array. This game's all but finished now.
Luke is pretty insane to me.
Yeah,
that card is so good.
He does cost 7, which is pretty expensive, but yeah, if you can utilize the 6/6, it's the -6/-6. It's can be a game ender at this point. But yeah, so you're definitely running low at this point. 4 life. I can kill you with either of my Jedis. Essentially, you need a Sentinel. Or I can't even think what else would be able to save you here.
No, not really. I mean,
you can clear you can clear Luke and then potentially clear the Concord, but I don't think the Concord can get cleared by anything.
Well, the thing is, I remember having a Wrecker, and I think I still have the ECL, but
you do.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't clear both with Wrecker. So
yeah,
I mean that's what really sealed the game. Yeah, you see, I can ECL the Wrecker,
killing Luke, 5 damage to Ray. Yeah, and then Ray puts you down to 1, and then like I say, if you could stop the Concord somehow, then you'd be able to survive this turn. But
yeah,
I've got 4 damage left on board still, so.
Yeah, you were like, oh, do you want to kill the Conqueror? And I was like, I wish, but I can't.
I was like, do you have an answer for it? I was probably asking,
yeah,
because I was like, there isn't an answer, and I don't know why. I guess that's the Ray's effect on swing. So I was like, to make sure that it definitely can't die. Because I realized that you would have been able to Marauder it.
I had a more if I had one more resource, I could have survived there. But you had the Daring Raid as well. So.
Well, yeah, that was my concern with the Marauder. So I buffed up to 5 defense to stop the Marauder killing me. But yeah, that's the end of the game, guys. So really, really fun game. Hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you next time.
See you soon.